I'll also ask Shireen maybe to provide some more perspective on that.
Well, personally, I've actually seen some of my classmates actually encountering problems with gaming. So what I see their parents do is they actually set parental controls in terms of what time, in terms of which applications they ban them during school times. So that's actually one other effective way for parents to be able to monitor your child's usage on the computer itself.
Well, I can't say so much about that because I spend too much time reading on quantum physics. So, should we ban our children from social networking sites like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter? Or like, yeah, as children, we would like to discourage you from doing that. As we've shown you in the presentation, there are some examples where these social networking sites are useful. For example, you've seen the class blog, homework blogs, and those kind of things. So I'd like to ask Azim, our in-house specialist, on this. Some more. Say some more.
Okay, once again on social media, SST we use Facebook actually quite prevalently because almost every class has their own Facebook group. The teachers have Facebook accounts, and then the teachers are part of the Facebook group itself. So in my class itself, homework is posted up every day on Facebook. Any important changes to curriculum, any important announcements we need to take note of will be also posted up on Facebook because, let's face it, almost everyone here uses Facebook. Is there anyone who doesn't have Facebook here? Okay, so out of all of you guys, it's such a few percentage of you don't have Facebook. It is just that prevalent today. And Facebook is not the only thing. You have Twitter, you have all these other sites, Instagram and all that. These sites are ways we connect because that is where the technological revolution has brought us. So social media, I don't think banning it will work. What would be more effective would be moderation, if you were to think of it. Because you tell us, let's say you do this amount of work, you have this much time on social media, that would be a bit more effective. It's a target setting, work for reward kind of thing. And that would obviously appeal to students more often than just saying an outright ban on Facebook and whatnot. And it's also not effective in a school setting because in SST, let's say, we use Facebook just that often. So I'd say banning it is a bad idea overall.
Jervis, what do you have to say about that?
Another problem with banning is that the more you ban, the more they want to go on it. So like, if my parents are gonna ban me, I'm gonna find some way to go back there. And you know, we will hide. We will just hide from all of you until like by the time you find out, you'll be furious, and I will have been able to use Facebook for like 6 months or something.
I fully agree with that. I fully agree.
And I guess the problem with cyber safety nowadays is that even when you see little kids, like, parents post so many things about their little kids on Facebook. I mean, like, they're gonna grow up, they're gonna see, oh my god, my pictures are on Facebook, oh god. And I do not know why, I don't know about you, but personally, if I were to be that person, I guess over time, it would feel like I need internet approval for myself to feel good about myself. Because my parents are always putting pictures, cute photos of me on Facebook so that like their friends will like and then go like, so cute and stuff like that.
You weren't cute, don't lie.
So I guess over time it has this negative connotation to it, like if this happens too much, so you have to draw the line somewhere.
I'd actually like to add, usually when I'm using my social media, sometimes I use it for collaborative purposes, such as project work and so on. Okay, I'll just continue. I use it for project work and so on, but my parents mistake it for just chatting around and so on. But so I guess there's this need for the children to be able to trust the parents and the parents to be able to trust the children. We must work towards this idea of being able to be trusted so that the parents know that when we are on Facebook, we are actually doing our work instead of just gaming or chatting, something like that.
Just to add on, if you were to, sorry. I mean, if you were to talk with your child more often, you know what they're doing, that is what will make a difference. I mean, if you're interested in what we are doing, we would be more willing to share with you as well.
Yeah, so I just want to go on to a question which everybody seems to ask me. Should I allow my child to fake their age and sign on to accounts like Facebook? They have like age limits and stuff like that. So some people ask me, if they impose age limits, don't you think that they should be, not on that if they're under the age limit? So I'd like to ask Shireen to comment on that.
Well, technically, according to Facebook, you shouldn't be on Facebook if you're under 12 or 13. But of course, majority of my friends typically create Facebook accounts even in their primary 6 or primary 4 already. Well, but overall, what if you create a Facebook account before the age limit, it might actually affect their social skills amongst other people. They create like people such as a few of my friends who are like very active on chatting on Facebook, but in real life they're like just quiet, sitting in the corner, pretending to do their own stuff and not even talk to anyone at all, which I have to admit that's pretty sad.
Like to ask Vivek again.
I guess for Facebook age limit, we must understand that the Facebook itself has put an age limit for a certain reason. Because through all their research, their understanding, they have actually looked through how children of that ages work and so on, and they know that at what age it will be better if students or children are actually accessible to this. So I guess and it's also against the Facebook user policy. So we do understand that these things are actually done for purpose. So there are underlying ideas like these behavior and so on. So I think it would be good that we keep to those limits.
So we are coming to the end of our dialogue session. I hope this has helped answer some of your other questions that you may have. If you have any more questions, please post it up on today's meet. We'll try to answer some of them. So thank you. Hope.
Thank you, students representative from School of Science and Technology. Now you hear the word of the students telling you, don't stop me from cyber. Don't stop me. The more you stop me, the more I will rebel. Now then, do we want to stop them or do we not? Then now I think it's time to hear from the specialist perspective related to the counseling area. How do you counsel them? And then knowing about the curriculum, because through knowing the curriculum, you will know how you can support the schools, how you can work closely with them at home in both preventive and intervention measures. And they will also share some MOE cyber wellness curriculum so that we know how we can reinforce the message at home and complement what is taught in school. Let me introduce the two speakers. We have the first speaker, Dr. Cecilia Sung. She's a specialist, senior specialist from Guidance Branch MOE. She works closely with school counselors, supervising their clinical work and overseeing their professional development. Prior to this, Cecilia was in academia involved in teacher training, counselor education and supervision. She also worked as counselors in 2 family service centers, working with clients in individual, marital, family and rehabilitation counseling. And she also has been involved. She developed preventive programs for students, among them cyber wellness programs, and her training is in social work, education, educational and counseling psychology, and multicultural counseling. Dr. Su. And we have the second speaker, Ms. Esther Tan. Ms. Esther Tan is also one of the senior specialists from Guidance Branch. She's part of the team that developed cyber wellness curriculum. That's why we need to know what the school has for the students. And she's also a licensed counselor from Harvard University with a Master's of Education in Risk and Prevention in Guidance Counseling, on top of an honors degree in chemistry. Her past experience includes 6 years of teaching experience in junior college and 6 years as a guidance specialist in MOE. And her works involve guidance specialist in, her work involved conducting research, developing instructional programs on cyber wellness for school teachers. Let's welcome the two presenters.
Thank you, Melissa. Very good afternoon to all of you. I'm so heartened to see so many of you here with us today. And on a Saturday afternoon, you actually make time to be with us because you believe that you're going to learn something, do something to make a difference to your child's life. So can you actually do this together? We'll turn to the person on your right and say, well done, good job. You know, give her a pat if it's your friend for being here today. Yeah, taking the time. That's so wonderful and so awesome. Yeah. Maybe just know a little bit about your background. How many of us here are parents? Parents? Educators? Okay, some of us. What about grandparents? Any grandparents? Oh yes, we have some. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of activity here. We're just going to show this word as a quiz. How many of us here have come across this word, nomophobia? Oh, okay, a few. Okay, what is that? It's actually the fear of being out of mobile contact. And where did this term come from? It came from a study in Canada. Okay, a nationwide survey carried out early this year. It talks about people's relationship with their cell phones. And it was found that about 1,040 people feel incomplete without their cell phones. And 46% actually feel that they have to have their phones with them in the morning. And they will check their phones before they brush their teeth. Okay. So, how many of us actually have this nomophobia as well in this time and age? Okay, so very quickly, now you turn to the person on your left instead. And on a scale of 0 to 10, where do you think you are on this level of nomophobia? 0 meaning, I don't own a cell phone, I'm fine. 5 meaning, I can do with or without my cell phone. Quite balanced. And 10 meaning, okay, I feel lost. I feel anxious, you know, if I forget to bring my phone with me. On the scale of 0 to 10, where do you think you are on this level of nomophobia? Okay, person on your right. And share. Thank you. Okay, very quickly, how many of us are actually below 5? Yes, some of us. Okay, across the room. That's fantastic. Okay, what about 7 or 8? Okay. Anyone who's honest enough, 10? You know, oh yes, thank you. And I think I'm nearing 10. Like now I don't have my phone with me, I feel very insecure. So I put it here. Yeah, it is. Technology has so much invaded our lives today. It has altered our lives and our lifestyles. And hence, in the same way, what more for our digital natives, which our students have presented. Now, they live and grow up, they live and breathe technology now. Okay, they're so familiar, so swift in how they move their gadgets. So what more about them? So technology has really altered our lifestyles, and hence it changes the way we teach, we learn, we educate. So let's look at today we're going to talk together about how to raise our child in this digital age. And this is what we'll be covering. Okay, some of our local stats. We've heard from our students. We have seen the Did You Know video earlier about statistics across the world. So let's look at what some of our local stats say. Some of our tips. Dr. So will be sharing with us some tips for prevention before it happens, before addiction happens, tips for intervention when something goes wrong, what do we do? And myself, I will talk about how can we reinforce what is taught in schools. Okay, first of all, what do some of our local stats say? Firstly, we see that technology is very pervasive, even in Singapore itself. From IDA stats, we see 77% use internet, not just to search for information, but as a communication tool in this day. 1 in 5 experience cyberbullying for children, according to the MDA Parent Handbook, which is in your goodie bag. On average, a child will watch 4,000 hours of TV before they enter kindergarten. That is not including iPad, iPhones, etc. It's just TV. Children who view a lot of media violence are more likely to view violence as an effective way of settling conflicts. Okay, and one in about 8 or 9 of our students or our teens today, there's pathological gaming. And this is the same phenomena we see across the world. This was done a couple of years ago. Now at this point, let's pause a while and think about what do these stats mean to us? Hearing about these stats, what do these stats mean to you as a parent, and what can we do together? Let's buzz for a little while. We take about 30 seconds to buzz. And talk to your neighbor. Now you can choose the person on your left or right. What do these stats mean to you, and what can you do? And then very quickly, Dr. Song is going to share with us some tips. But okay, let me scroll back a little bit.